Alright, so just finished with breakfast and I really need a hairbrush. Maybe I'll pick one up today. I'm gonna head down in like 15 minutes, like 8:45, start on the trail then. Feel pretty good. I just want this food to digest and maybe go to the bathroom before I walk off for 6 hours. Okay, I'm in the outskirts of Putna. I'm finally off that asphalt road and onto just a non-paved road here. It's a pretty bright, sunny morning, but not too hot. I feel pretty good about this hike. It's a short hike today, only about 10 miles. Yeah, I'm just ready to keep going forward. Heading into the forest pretty shortly. Definitely feels like I'm thousands of miles away from California, that's for sure. Alright, so I'm about halfway done with today's hike. Has been a pretty easy road so far. I haven't felt any elevation gain. Supposedly I'm going up about 1,000 feet, but since the road is kind of long, I really don't feel much of it at all. No, it's not really challenging. And today is one of the easiest days of the entire hike, so that's to be expected. But it's pretty peaceful. I'm walking along a river this entire time, so I feel pretty secure with water. I haven't seen that many or any wild animals yet. I have been trying to deter them by just ringing the bell here and there, blowing a whistle, and just talking out loud to myself to just let any animals know that I'm around, so I don't surprise them or scare them in any way. Just finished a pretty steep section of the trail. Now it's all downhill. I'm almost there. I'm actually a little earlier than I anticipated. Have about 3 miles left. My check-in time for the hotel is at 3:30, and it's only 11:46, so I'll probably get to town early. Hopefully I can just drop my bag off and then explore the city. But yeah, still have a lot of trail left to do, and I'm actually just reached the interesting part, because now it's all like dense forest like surrounding me. Like no more gravel road or anything. It's all a trail, which is nice, but also a little frightening to be away from civilization for the first time out here, knowing that there's brown bears and who knows what the hell else out here. It's all downhill from here, basically. Alright, I think I've reached the town, or at least there's more infrastructure over here. I think I'll just explore the town, maybe try to get some extra sunscreen, because I only brought like 3 ounces, and I think having a full container will be the best option for me at this point. Yeah, just a little bit of exploring before I check in. I do feel a little bad going in there with such dirty shoes and pants, but I didn't have many options. Alright, I'm on to day 2 of my hike. This one is actually going to be a challenging day. Apparently it's going to take me 9 hours. It's about 13 miles or 21 kilometers from the monastery, so I've already walked a mile since then, so a mile ahead of the starting point. So about 12 miles actually. As far as like elevation gain, today's elevation gain is about twice as much as yesterday's, as well as it being a slightly longer hike. This will be a little bit more challenging. It's going to take approximately 3 more hours to complete. I arrived yesterday pretty early. All of my feet were a little sore, so I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks today to kind of offset any blisters or any soreness. I've done this before for other hikes and it worked out really well, so I think going forward I'm going to wear 2 pairs of socks. Alright, so I'm going to head down and start today. This is where I had dinner last night because the restaurant at my hotel actually closed at 4 o'clock. Wasn't able to get dinner there. And this road is about a mile down the road from my hotel, which was honestly like a little painful to get to, even though it's such a short distance after a day's hiking. I did not want to go anywhere for my food, but I did. And that really had me thinking that I definitely need to be prepared with a lot of extra food in my bag. At least I'd say 2 meals or a good amount of calories in my bag at all times, just in case the place I arrive at doesn't have any food and there's no close by food in the area. They really don't like me walking past their turf. What is that? Some sort of effigy? A bird? A man? A birdman? An avatar? Okay, heading back into bear territory, so have to be pretty cautious going forward. Yeah, that's pretty vicious. I probably just climbed one of the hardest ascents I've ever climbed. It's like 800 meters. Quarter mile at most. Oh my god, it was literally like going up a wall. It was insane. I think the trail kind of calms down going forward. But wow, that was like an intense uphill battle. So I pretty much came from those buildings down there. Now I'm all the way up here. Damn. Been only hiking for less than 2 hours and I'm just exhausted. You know, I have done most of the uphill sort of ascent for the day, but I'm not done yet. Still a lot more to go, and it's just a slow uphill climb. I think another half mile or so until I start going down for a little while until I go up again. But this is proving to be a challenging course today. Here we go. About done. Going uphill. You know, I came out of a dense forest right there. I thought this was like a big, endless forest, but I look out and there's just now fields. Alright, so I'm just walking down this trail and look, it's just a horse on the other side of the gate. This guy's in my way. Should I walk around him? Should I snuggle him? I'm gonna film this. Alright, this looks nice. I could honestly sleep here. I didn't plan any rest days for myself, and I think that would be really helpful to really keep my spirits moving and going forward. Yeah, getting a little late, so I should probably get out of this shack and back on the trail. Town's up there. I'm just surrounded by a lot of cows, and it's very cute. It's very, very cute. I'm definitely gonna get a beer tonight. Hiking out today. I was unsure if I was gonna hike. Even in this morning, I was like, I'm gonna take a taxi, but you know, I came out here to do a little bit of hiking, so might as well not stop after 2 days of it. So my next destination is Sedova. Oh, there's a cat. Oh my god, that's so cute. Okay, so yeah, Sedova. Hiking there, it's a 8.5 hour walk. Just like yesterday, it was 9 hours. This one's pretty difficult and long too. This one's a little shorter though. In Sedova, there is a train station that I may take advantage of. So the destination I'm meant to be at after Sedova I haven't been able to acquire any accommodations there yet. So I might just take, I'll either stay an extra night in Sedova and then take a train to my next destination, or just stay one night in Sedova and take a train and stay at the next destination for 2 nights. Either way, I'm not going to the other place. Right. I'm just trying to pass through. I had this traditional alcoholic drink, Romanian drink called Tuica or something. It's like their vodka, basically, is what I was told. It's made of plums. And I got messed up off one glass of that. Like, you're meant to drink it before the meal. By the time the meal came to me, like, my mind was just out there, because I barely drink. So when I had that, oh my god, like, you know, I didn't lose consciousness or anything, but I was out of it. After I drank that, I just kind of retired to my room. I threw up a little bit, and then I passed out the rest of the night. I'm about to head into a forested area. First half mile of that is going completely up, like a 37% elevation grade, so that should be fun. That half mile is going to take me at least an hour to do for sure. That's going to be tough. But that's really the hardest section of today, and then I think there's a couple like other steep climbs that I'm not going to appreciate after the half mile, but I'll get through it. So far today is a little easier than yesterday's hike, which I expected, but yeah, I feel a lot better about hiking today than I did yesterday. So happy I didn't take a taxi to the next town. Alright, back in bear territory, and the climb is about to begin. Let's go. So I actually just finished the steep uphill section, like that half mile I was talking about. It really wasn't too bad. I think I just got stronger after yesterday and a lot more tolerable to elevation gain. So thank God for that. I'm not done yet, of course, but I feel pretty good, and I'm not like wiped out like it was in the first, I don't know, uphill climb I did yesterday. So it feels good. We'll see how I feel later though. So I wasn't able to find any accommodations at my next stop, so I'm gonna walk to the train station. I'm supposed to be in Vachdorne in 2 days, but I think I'll just go there today and then just have an extra stay in that city. Bad news, I lost my microphone's connector cable, so my microphone, my Rode VideoMic Pro doesn't connect to my camera anymore because the cable just fell off when I was walking yesterday. I'm working off of the camera body microphone, which probably doesn't sound that good, but I'm sure it's passable for just a vlog style video. So because I couldn't find any accommodation in the next stop that I was supposed to be at, basically I'm taking 2 days off of hiking because it's a day to get there and then a day to get to the next spot, which is where I'm going to now, Via. I feel like I can use 2 days off of the hike. I really enjoyed yesterday, but waking up this morning, my body felt like completely dead. I still have to walk 2 hours to the train station. Take that for what it is and for what it's worth. That's where I would continue on the trail if I were doing it today, but I have to get to town. Oh well. I've had like a fairly small blister since day one, or after I finished hiking day one. For the last couple of days I bandaged around it. Today I felt it just split open and I was like, oh, and I had to sit down for a sec. Really, I just reapplied a new bandage onto it and I'm able to walk. I have like an hour walk to go until I get to the train station. I mean, this would have been really bad if I was on the actual trail today. Alright, I'm back. I'm in Via. I'm here for one more night, actually. Like I said, the Mesta Canis or something. I couldn't find accommodation there, so I had to get an extra night here, so I'm staying 2 nights here. I don't know what I'm doing today yet. Truth be told, I didn't anticipate so much rain. Apparently it's going to be raining for the next week. I don't know if I feel like hiking in the rain, especially with all my equipment. I mean, I assuming I'm going to have to because I have accommodations booked and I'm still part of this trail. Very nervous about tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be a somewhat difficult hike in the rain. So we'll see how that goes. Always try things before you say it's not possible. And if it's really not fun, then I'll just do something else. For now, I'm just gonna hang out in my room until the rain gets a little calmer. It seems to be showering right now. I'll probably film just a little bit today because I don't really want to take my camera out in the rain either. Alright, back at hiking again. It's the first day I'm going to be hiking in the rain, which I'm looking forward to. So far the rain is really light and hasn't been too bad, but it'll definitely pick up into more of a shower later on and hopefully not thunder. Alright, so I must say I've never hiked in the rain before, at least to this degree, and man, this little poncho is so sweaty. I feel like I'm literally like just wrapped up in a plastic bag. Of course I'd rather it not be raining, but hey, it's a memory. Today's just a memory. Alright, so I think I kind of lost the trail a little bit there, but I see some, that looks like a place where different trails will intersect, so I'm just gonna go up there and see if I can reorient myself to the actual trail, because I've just kind of been walking through here. I'm not sure when I lost it, actually. I think if I just go up here, I'll end up back at it. This right here kind of looks like a trail, so I think I'll just follow that way. I'm just gonna follow this way. Alright, so I'm back on the trail. I can't believe I just lost it for maybe like 15 minutes. I wasn't way off, but it's definitely heading in the wrong direction. Thankfully I didn't lose any, or I didn't have to go uphill or downhill. I was lost on pretty flat land when I realized I needed to get back to the trail. Time to keep going on. So I think I just had my first sheepdog encounter. As you guys can tell, it's really foggy out here, so I kept seeing little lambs start popping out, and then suddenly it was barking, and then a lot of barking. And then I saw 5 to 8 dogs swarm at me, all barking really like viciously and coming right at me, surrounding me in like a circle. So I just stood there. Once I saw them charging, I prepared my pepper spray that I bought yesterday, which I was happy I bought yesterday. And I just kind of stood there because they were just barking at me. They weren't like attacking me. They were just warning me not to make any moves. And then I could hear the entire time the shepherds calling them off with whistles and telling them something. I'm not sure what they were saying, but they were clearly calling the dogs off me. I felt pretty calm the whole time. Then I had a good chat with the, I had a chat with the shepherd. The only thing I was worried about was the shepherds not being able to see me in the fog and the dogs getting to me first, but I think they know what to expect on these roads. So despite the rain, I think it's been the easiest day so far. It's actually really peaceful being out here in the rain. It's quiet, but there's always birds and life. I feel like this forest is very alive, despite not seeing any mammals or, oh no, I saw cows. Yeah. And I was just thinking how I was surrounded by all these sheepdogs, and it was like a very intense moment, and now I'm like, in the moment I didn't even think about it, but I wish I filmed it. Which is probably not the best reflex to have in terms of your safety. And that might be a good thing that I didn't instantly hit the record button, and instead reached for the pepper spray. But I didn't end up needing the pepper spray, and some footage of some dogs barking at me would have been very entertaining for you guys. Now that I'm more accustomed to being surrounded by barking dogs, I may do it the next time the chance so happens. Okay? Sun's finally coming out. Leaves me whether I want to take off this poncho or just keep it on. I think it's gonna rain again in a few hours. And it's been raining kind of sporadically, but I think it's done now. I think if I find a good place to sit down, I'll take it off. Alright, let's try this. Whoa. Oh my god. Why is it minty? Dark bar filled with rum filling. Okay. I thought it was just normal chocolate. This is like creamy. Saw a lot of interesting looking candy bars out there in the grocery store. Like a 7-minute walk from the next bed and breakfast, but I needed some time to relax by a tree and just take in the meadow. Alright, I think I just made it to my destination. Gonna go get checked in. I have like a 14-mile day today, so it's not a short day, but it is an easy day. Today's my birthday. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a massage today. I know there's someone in this next town that I'm gonna be at that is a certified massage therapist, so I may try to get a massage today just for fun. Okay, so from far away, I totally thought this police car was real. It's just a fake. It's a total fake. Can't believe I was fooled. Yeah, let's go in this thing. Whew. just had breakfast and heading out on my day's hike. I think today's hike is only, what, 19, 20 kilometers, which is about 5 kilometers less than yesterday. So that's positive. Man, I could use a horse and carriage right now. Looks very convenient. Alright, still heading up this mountain. I've only gone like 0.1 miles, so I have nothing to complain about. And it's a really cool morning. Almost feels like rain, but I don't think it's gonna rain. I think it's just gonna be cloudy all day. I must say, I think having a rather big breakfast made this uphill climb way easier than it would have been if I hadn't. I don't feel too bad. I'm sweating, but I don't feel exhausted. Like, I feel like I would have if I hadn't had breakfast. You know, I don't know if it's not gonna amaze me that people will build structures at the top of these very high hillsides where they have to travel at least, I think that's like a little less than a mile down. And I mean, they do take their horses up, so it's not like a big deal for them. I mean, the convenience of living down there versus living all the way up here. The fact that people brought up all that wood, made this road, kind of dirt road, to get up here. I mean, it must be worth it, right? Today just feels like a perfect day. It's cold, really like brisk weather, but I'm doing this like mountain climb and I just feel great today. This is nice. So I hit a door. There's some sheep on the other side, but over there is a watchful dog, you know, just doing his job. And I wonder what I should do. I see he's not on a leash. I wonder if I should go around this whole thing. Maybe, yeah, maybe just go around. I don't know. Alright, see you guys later. I'm gonna slowly make my way down this trail. Hopefully this dog lets me in. Looks like he's not bothered by me anymore. I kind of just let it bark, get used to me, and then I slowly make my way past it when it relaxes. So today I'm headed to the main organization that's behind this whole trail. So I'm excited to meet some of the organizers and maybe I can get some cool merch along the way. It'll be nice to meet some fellow outdoorsy hiking people. I think this pack is just starting to feel a lot lighter lately. This is my first actual like sit down break all day. And I've been hiking for 4 hours with about a mile and a half left. So That's pretty good. I definitely feel stronger than I did day one, and especially day two. Day two had me like almost wanting to quit this entire trail. Um, I'm happy I kept going. Yeah, it's a nice place to relax. Alright, I think I've basically arrived at my destination today. Today was such an easy day. Actually kind of shocked. I'll take it.
Cum este viața, să mai mergi o bornă, să mai mergi o bucată de drum care...
Okay, so leaving headquarters now. I learned actually a little bit. I ended up in some sort of community meeting. They were having some sort of meeting here for information on the trail for like different community leaders, and I think people from different accommodations. So that was interesting to be a part of. I didn't understand much of it. Here and there, I'd hear the word California, and I knew, oh, they're talking about me. I learned a little bit about the trail, like how they made it, what the purpose of these milestones are. I'll probably sprinkle in some of that information in the coming days' hikes. Alright. I also gotta be honest, I kind of didn't want to leave. Everyone there was super nice, different from what I've experienced so far, since they all spoke pretty good English. It was a nice refresher, and people my age. It was just cool. But, nature of the hike, you gotta keep moving on. So after dinner, one of the volunteers, they said, or maybe one of the artist sculptors, they said that they hope I enjoyed my feasting after I ate. And I thought about it for a while, and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of weird. Feasting. Just saw a cow lick its own butthole. I didn't know they can reach back there. It's insane. But then again, like, how else would they clean their butthole if they couldn't lick it? Because they can't really, like, sit around and, like, I don't know, scratch their butt on the ground. And, unless they, like, lick each other's buttholes, then that might be the only way for them to have a clean butthole, by licking it themselves. Isn't that interesting? Is that a bathtub? Yep. That's porcelain. Looks like a bloodbath. Well, my socks got a little wet when I was crossing this stream over here. Since there's no great way of crossing, so just kind of stepped over some stones that were in the water. I tried to make it best. I'm just kind of drying out my socks right now. Not the worst thing in the world. Alright, I'm in the hotel in, I don't know where I am, but I'm about, I think, an hour walk from the trail now. I'm gonna find accommodation in the town that I was supposed to find accommodation in. And since I'm so far from the trail again, kind of like what happened in Mr. Kanish, I'm probably going to take a train and then either walk or take a taxi to my next destination, which is in I'm probably saying this wrong. And this next town I have accommodation at, I think, a local's house or a guest house or something like that. So I'm pretty sure I'm covered there. But yeah, today's probably another non-hiking day. Alright, so I'm once again off the trail and then heading to a train station to Bistrita. Which will be nice because I do need an ATM. The cap on my sunscreen, spray sunscreen broke off, so I'm getting a little low on my other travel sunscreen. So I'm gonna pick up some sunscreen over there. And yeah, I'm okay with these kind of rest days I'm taking. I probably should have planned rest days into my schedule, but I wanted to get as much done of the trail as possible, which results in me not doing parts of the trail, but it's fine. You know, I'm just a foreigner out here, so any kind of land will be interesting to me for a certain period of time. In fact, I might do this every, at least once a week, where I take some form of transportation to the next accommodation just to keep myself rested, and otherwise I'd probably go a little bit crazy and start to regret the trail. Alright, so I'm in the outskirts of the city of Bistrita, and I'm just gonna walk to my destination, Petris, today. I could have taken taxi. I saw many taxis in this town, but it's only a 2.5 hour walk. I believe it's mostly flat, so yeah, I'm just gonna take my time today. I have a feeling that I'm gonna be walking down this road that barely has a sidewalk, maybe for the next 2 hours. This is kind of what it looks like here. So this is kind of my space to walk, and then cars, you'll see coming up. They'll be right there. Hopefully that's not the deal for the entire walk, but hey, I chose the path, and you know, I gotta stick with it. Unless I see a very tempting looking taxi along the way. This is how I'm getting there. I'm just gonna step far to the side when a car comes by. Yeah, still walking today, but taking it a little easier. Probably less scenic route, but that's fine. So this is pretty nice. I'm just walking through a kind of quiet neighborhood. There's some houses, and just, I imagine most of these people work in Bistrita and commute to work. One reason why I wanted to walk today was because I've noticed the last week that the portions of the meals, no matter what meal, like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, are huge, especially for a guest like me in a hotel. Because I don't really normally choose what I get to eat. I just say, hey, let's have some dinner, or let's have I want some breakfast this morning, and then they'll give me everything. So breakfast, for example, would be they'd set out 7 pieces of toast, 6 pieces of ham, 2 eggs, a thing of yogurt, tea, coffee, 9 pieces of cheese, 2 tomatoes, a cucumber, and you know, I don't think I'm expected to eat it all and just eat what I want to, but I feel bad at the same time because I feel like if I don't eat these things, they're gonna go to waste, and they're all set out for me to eat. I don't think I've like gained or lost any weight so far. Maybe I lost like a little bit, but I went to a pizza place last night, and there was no like real options for like small plate for a single person. If I wanted a pizza, I got the whole pizza. That's why I don't really mind walking today, even if it's just through a simple rural neighborhood such as this. Well, there's a sign that I'm actually back near the trail. I don't think I'm actually on the trail yet, but the trail's presence is letting itself be known by this little sign. I have been on the trail for maybe just a kilometer, because I'm gonna head back that way tomorrow. All right, I think this is my accommodation today, and I only walked 7 3/4 miles, so not a totally hard day, but a day nonetheless. I'm ready to relax. All right, so I let my host know that I'm here and just have to wait for them to come out to let me in through these gates. Hopefully they know that I'm locked out. They replied to me saying okay, so hopefully they're out soon. But for now, I'm just gonna sit here and just kind of enjoy the views. What all those cars are doing out there. Okay, starting off on a new day. Today's gonna be a long one. It's 28 kilometers. The difficulty is rated as easy to medium. I'm assuming that means it's pretty flat the entire way, an easy road, but just medium due to its length, which is actually one of the main things that gets to me. I get really tired after 10 miles, so 28 kilometers is about, I think, 16 or 17 miles. So by the time I get there, I'm gonna be pretty wrecked. Hello. It's just a local. Old man yells at cloud. In other news, it's most likely to rain today for at least a couple hours, so filming, again, maybe at a minimum today, you know, just getting specific shots that I find interesting or things that look cool in the rain, but I'm gonna have to hide my camera underneath either my umbrella or just in my bag if it gets really rainy. We'll see how it goes. I wasn't planning on filming that much today anyways, just because it just seems like I'm going to be walking through mostly flat farmland all day, and I don't know how many shots I can get of myself just walking through flat farmland without that many diverse features to the land. So we'll see. It's also going to be raining quite a bit. I already caught some raindrops on my phone, so it's already begun. I know it wants me to cross this bridge, but this is not a good bridge to cross. I'm gonna find my way around this. This is like, I'm gonna fall off this bridge. Okay. Yeah, that bridge is just like completely sideways. I'm not crossing that, and water's a little too deep for me to walk through. I'm gonna have to find a real roundabout way of getting to the other side. Okay, so I retrace my steps. I'm gonna cross this bridge up ahead instead. This whole detour is probably costing me about 40 minutes of my hiking time, which that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot later in the day. Oh well. In the last like maybe 5 miles, I've ran across 2 instances of just sheepdogs coming at me, like field dogs protecting the sheep. The first time it was all right. The sheep were far enough from the trail, and though the dogs noticed me and did come after me, I kind of just like traced my steps back, and they returned back to the shepherds without much issue. Second time, the dogs were stationed kind of like directly on the trail. Even though their masters tried to detain them, they obviously, if they see me walking anywhere near that part of the trail, they'll come and surround me. So it felt like hiking the video game where I had to like sneak past the guards, basically. Yeah, they're up ahead. I wonder if I should just go up this hill and possibly around. I wish the, you know, because I know the shepherd can see me. I wonder if we can just like parlay and have him help me pass through or something, because this is very inconvenient to keep running into these sheep. Yeah, here I go, getting chased down again. Oh my god. I think I might go up this hill. Don't want to go up this hill. I'm tired. I'll just do it. Dogs. The thing is, I'm also kind of worried about what's right over this hill, because I can't really see. And if it's another field of sheep and dogs protecting it, I'll be screwed. I'll have to like run down the hill. You know, I do have dog pepper spray, but I really only want to use that if they're about to attack me. Like, I'd rather not just use it because I'm being too lazy to like walk around them. Okay, looks pretty clear to me. I think if I just stay on this side of the hill and they're not able to see my head, I should be safe. This kind of feels like the Forbidden Forest. I feel like I'm about to run into like the Wolfman or Lord Voldemort. Classic creepy fairy tale forest. I kind of love it, but I kind of want to get out of it as soon as possible too. Oh my god. Okay, I survived the Forbidden Forest. That was interesting. Totally random forest in the middle of this giant rural field area. Cool. Just a nice, refreshing forest walk in the middle of my day. So if any day has felt like a video game so far, it's definitely been today, with avoiding the guard dogs and heading into the spooky forest and spending a lot of time just walking through a field. I've 100% just felt like I've been in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild the entire day. And now I'm about to head into a town where maybe I'll buy some lamp oil, ropes, bombs, whatever they have in there, as long as they have enough rupees. I'm sure they'll have it for me. This is where I would set up a fire and save and sleep for the night. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. This is, I guess, the magic of Transylvania. It makes me feel like I'm in Legend of Zelda. Okay, so kind of making my way out of the village. Looks like I'm going to be at my destination by probably around 3, a little after 3. Which means this entire hike today will be just a bit over 6 hours. Not a bad hike at all. You know, I expected to be more annoyed by the long walk, but since it was mostly flat, I haven't really felt it at all. And today was actually one of the most magical days with all the video game feelings I've had. One thing I am a little concerned about is the food, because I saw that there wasn't really anywhere to eat in this small town, and the town I'm going to has even less infrastructure. So, I mean, as long as they have like a little store I can buy some potato chips at, that's like my minimum requirement. I do have chocolate bars on me, but other than that, not much more food. So I may have to walk somewhere else to purchase some food, but I'll see when I get there, see if the host intends on helping me with dinner and breakfast. Normally they do, so we'll just see. Someone just offered me a ride, but seeing as I already took like probably a mile off by hitchhiking, I think I'm good. I'm getting hungry though, and I really hope there's food at this accommodation. Otherwise, I will probably have to walk back to this town 2.5 miles away so I can at least eat something. And so all I have in my bag are 2 chocolate bars, a few pieces of bread, and some fish that someone packed for me, although it's probably not good anymore. But yeah. Alright, so the next day I'm heading to Manor, I'm pretty sure. Last night I did have a good amount of food. The hosts were very nice. They're from Hungary. I think they moved here this year from what I've heard. They provided me a lot of food, so now I'm ready to start the day. Today I'm staying in some sort of church, I think, in like Glidden or Glidden. Haven't been to church since I was a young lad, so it should be an interesting stay. And today's about a 14-mile hike. More like a 15, I think, because I have to go a little off the trail to get to my accommodation. Whew, another day getting chased down by dogs, apparently. Oh, I'm actually starting to get a little annoyed, but I kind of wish I brought one of those like ultrasonic devices to just call the dogs off instead of having the shepherds do their best, because it doesn't seem to be very effective. Anyways, I just wandered into a forest again and found a interesting looking treehouse. And I wish I had one of these for when the dogs were coming after me. I can just climb up that. Wouldn't help against bears though. But isn't that fun? I wonder why someone built this in the first place. It's neat. Look, there's another one. Another like tree watchtower. I said yesterday that this world is like Breath of the Wild, and it's proving even more so today. I can imagine like a bokoblin right up on that, trying to shoot arrows at me, protecting some sort of treasure chest. This is crazy. Alright, so back in the creepy forest, where there's another possibility of meeting bears, which would be much, much worse than a sheepdog. Thankfully, I did pick up some bear spray a few stops back. So if I run into one and it's really curious about me, I can easily spray it away. Well, maybe not easily, but you know, I'll do what I must. Apparently they're a little more nocturnal here than they are in the States. So they're really only an issue after sunset. That said, I'm still, you know, I still have to be prepared and still keeping a watchful eye out for any bears ahead of me. And these are my last words. Love you guys very much. Don't know why I'm more paranoid about bears today than any other day. I think it's because I've been getting chased by these dogs, and I come to realize that animals are a little unpredictable. You never know where they're going to be and what they'll be afraid of and what exactly is going to tick them off one day. I think that's probably why, because I keep yelling and making and singing out loud, blowing the whistle every like 100 feet. And I just got afraid from the sound of an airplane, thinking it was the sound of a bear growling or something. So yeah, I'm a little freaked today. And that said, I think I'd feel a lot less bad about spraying a bear than spraying a dog. You know, dogs are just doing their jobs. Bears, I mean, they're hungry, but they don't need to be messing with people, I don't think. So I normally would wait around and maybe wait to see if someone was there, but I'm getting a little hungry, and the meal they gave me for dinner was not a good meal, unfortunately. I hate to say. It was just blocks of cheese, essentially. They just kind of gave me a bunch of blocks of cheese and yogurt and a yogurt drink, so it was like completely dairy. And you know, I get it, like there are cows everywhere here, so I understand the overabundance of dairy, but that was it. It was just cheese. And it made me kind of like feel sick, so I like I tried it and I passed out for the rest of the day. And also the yogurt was like slightly moldy, didn't taste right, so I didn't really finish it. Alright, so this is one of the most chill sheepfolds I've passed through. How does it feel to be one of the most chill sheepdogs? I mean it. No, like he didn't start barking until I got like really close to him. And there's a bunch of sheep down there. I can hear them coming now, but I feel like they're gonna disappear soon. They're pretty chill. See, they've already kind of stopped carrying. Hey, 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 hey! I'm just walking through. Just walking through. I'll be gone. Okay. Alright, just made it into town out of the many miles of cornfields and cereal fields. I'm finally in town. I don't think there's a store in this town, but I think there's a restaurant that I might go eat at because I don't believe the accommodation I'm at provides any meals, so I'm gonna want to eat something. Okay, just had a very hefty meal at this restaurant. Now I'm gonna check out a castle. So I think this is a mainly Hungarian community, which is kind of interesting. I don't really think of Hungarian as an ethnicity, but these people definitely do. I've read in the reviews on this castle that some like Romanian people felt ousted, or that they were being charged more because they're Romanian and not Hungarian. So we'll see how they treat me as an American.
My mother was a writer in Târgu Mureș, Jușcu. Arpad Miklos, they work in the theater of the National Theater in Russia. Am fost la Sovata într-o zi, ce curățenie în orașul acela.
Alright, I'm about 2 miles out from the village, for the Hungarian village, I mean. Heading to my next destination at the moment. You know, today I feel a little nervous, to be honest, about bears. I think the fact that I haven't seen one yet is a good sign, but you know, I was told by the host of my accommodation last night that they are way more common in this area. I say that as I'm about to head into a thick forest, thick woodland area, and I must admit it is nerve-wracking going solo. Another thing about these woods is that they're also, the woods are called like mosquito woods, or it translates to mosquito forest. It just rained a few days ago, and it did rain pretty consistently like a week ago. So I'm definitely feeling those mosquitoes bite me, and you know, I'm pretty much sweating in bug spray right now, but they're still kind of finding their way on me. Probably not as bad as it would be without bug spray. These woods are hardcore. So there's some construction going on not too far away, so that makes me feel a little better, because I think bears will generally try to avoid any like loud human noises. It's nice again to feel safe in a cool forest. I really appreciate being surrounded by trees versus just farmland, because trees give so much shade and it's so nice to walk through. Just got into town. I'm not exactly sure where my accommodation is. All I know is that it's in front of a milestone, so one of those like stone checkpoints that they keep shooting. Well, that was fun. Stayed with basically a family. They had a little cabin behind their house, which was actually really nice accommodation. Like, it was like a full cabin, 2 or 3 rooms, I think. Could probably sleep up to 7 or 8 people. It was pretty luxurious, I would say. I mean, it didn't end up costing that much either, because I'm just like a single person. And actually last night I went to it was basically like a wedding party in a way. They knew these Irish people, or someone they knew was Irish. They got married a few days ago to a Romanian. It was just like a whole like family celebration that I was invited to. Basically wedding party day 3. Just nice to be kind of like welcomed into an event such as that. Felt like was incorporated into their family basically. It was really interesting. They were super nice and welcoming. So much fun just watching wedding videos and seeing the different wedding rituals they had to do, like Irish and mainly Romanian. So now I'm headed out. I have a long day ahead of me. It's like 16 miles or something like that. And I think I've said before, the thing that gets me on the hike is actually the mileage versus the intensity. Like, I don't mind doing a little bit of, you know, steep climbs if the hike isn't that long. But if the hike is long, even if it's like relatively flat, I just get bored. I think my feet get tired of stomping on the ground after so many miles. All right, here I go back into the spooky forest. You know, I love something about it. I think what I said yesterday, the way it cools you down being surrounded by trees, and one thing that gets me is the little creatures that crawl around in the bushes as I'm walking by. You know, never sure, like, these are thick bushes. It could be a bear, it could be a wild boar, but most likely it's like a mouse or a bird or something. You know, I thought about taking a shortcut today, but I think, you know, the woods are calling me, so I'm gonna answer that call.
Three.
You saw 3 bears ahead?
Cool.
Okay. I think I might turn back. Yeah. One mama bear, 2 cubs. Apparently they're aggressive. I might turn back, go back to the road and just, yeah, I had some fun in the woods, but if there was a bear like right on around the trail, I'd rather not go that in that direction. So I'm gonna go back. Thank you, sir. Yeah, all right. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a little scary to know that they're active at this time of the day. Although it's only 10 a.m. I'd expect them to kind of be away by now, but must mean they're active, looking for food, and not wanting to be bothered by humans. That's for sure. The fact that there's a mother bear and 2 cubs, I feel like if I were to somehow bother them, she would get extremely defensive over me being there, and don't want to take that risk. It's too bad. I'm probably going to run into this risk again. You know, the best way to avoid any accident is just to not be there. And of course, I'm going to put myself into this situation again tomorrow. Yeah, it is what it is. And thankfully today I got the notice before any close encounters happened. We'll see what the road up ahead looks like, and hopefully it's a still fun hike today.
Alright, so it's been a year since I've shot the video. A year of postponing releasing this video. I actually finished really editing in, I think, January, I'm pretty sure, and then I just never believed that I was done. And you know, it's July now, and I took a look at it and like, well, it looks done. So, but yeah, I still look at this footage with a lot of nostalgia, and you know, it was my first through hike, so I think I did take a few more shortcuts than I would have liked. One thing I wish I incorporated into the video more was the people that I met. The people I met were just absolutely amazing, and I just didn't feel like intruding on them, even though it would have been cool to like get that aspect of the culture. I hope I at least got across that everyone was extremely hospitable. And you know, I want to go back. I still have 2 more weeks of footage to actually edit. There's going to be a part 2 of the second 2 weeks hiking, which actually gets a lot more fun. I go through like more castles and historical sites. So the last 2 weeks were actually the highlight for me. And yeah, so wait for that. You'll probably see that in like another year. We'll see. Maybe I'll be inspired to really release that. I don't really feel pressured though. Like it's all in here. It's all in here. So yeah, it's been fun, and yeah, hopefully I get that out sooner rather than later. It'll probably be later. Thank you guys.